I'm a director of the UNC Charlotte Botanical Gardens. I've been teaching here for 38 years. I'll be retiring at the end of this calendar year. So I've been involved since the very beginning with taking care of the plants, acquiring new plants, deciding where to plant them, directing staff on proper care and annual maintenance. I've dealt with just about everything that goes on here in the gardens. The outdoor botanical gardens here were started in 1966 by Professor Herbert Heckenbleichner. He was a professor of biology here, and he liked gardens and native plants. And so in the mid-60s, he started planting plants on campus. He named that garden the Van Landingham Glen. It's a 7-acre garden of native trees, and it was suitable for planting things. It was not suitable for buildings. Bonnie Cohn, of course, was acting chancellor of the university at that time, and so she was right on board with wanting to have a garden on campus. He later got funding from Mr. Ralph Van Landingham, after whom the Van Landingham Glen was named. In 1979, he started the Susie Harwood Garden, just downstream from the Van Landingham Glen. It's a 3-acre parcel. The Glen was 7 acres. So he started the Susie Harwood Garden as a garden of non-native ornamental plants, as well as natives, but in a more semi-formal, not just a woodland setting. The Glen was a garden of rustic paths, barely carved out of the forest, just enough to plant some things. The Susie Harwood Garden was much more open and formal and sunny. But taken together, they provide they're complementary in the types of plants they have and what they show visitors, the seasonal aspects. And so they make an unusually good combination of gardens.
The Mellichamp Native Terrace Garden, the idea for it really began a ways back, probably about 2 years back. And it came out of the fact that we started an education program here called the Certificate in Native Plant Studies. So we did all kinds of things, seeing plants in the wild, but talking a lot about using the plants in your landscape, using native plants in the home garden. And people would say, well, I know what this plant looks like in the wild, or I know what it looks like in the woods, but how am I going to use it in my garden? And so we kind of try to explain, and we talk about ideas, and then we realized one day, and it was really Dr. Mellichamp that sort of realized this, we have to have a garden where we show native plants and how they can be used in a home landscape. That's what this garden is doing, is showing how it can be used in different settings in the home landscape, like for instance the brick terrace here is to mimic a little bit of a foundation of a house. So we can plant it with the types of plants that might be used in a foundation, a more formal look.
I have not only designed the project, but also done some project management in helping to select some qualified craftsmen for this project. As you can see, there's a lot of planting, which we have done ourselves, but then there's also a good number of hardscape, what we call hardscape features that are not plant features, that are very much an important part of the garden. And we were showing homeowners how they might incorporate different styles into a native plant garden or concept. In addition to style, we are also trying to show different climates and soil conditions that may occur in the Carolinas, so that we, again, meet a lot of needs instead of just gardens that have one specific soil type. So we can show and demonstrate to those homeowners how to use native plants in those specific situations.
We're really thrilled with how it's developing, and I'm looking forward to having a grand opening for the garden in the spring. So we still have some areas to finish planting, but we are really 2/3 of the way complete with the project and look forward to sharing it with everybody in spring.
And we cannot find another garden like this at any other public garden, so we think it's very special. And I'm proud to have it named after me, particularly as I'm retiring, because this was an idea that I had, and I've always been known for promoting native plants. And so I'm very proud of the fact that this garden is going to look so beautiful and will attract that many more people who want to see native plants and the insects that they attract. And they can come here 7 days a week and sit out there and watch the web of life taking place.